Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome back to the channel. I'm truly glad you're here today. And if nobody has reminded you lately, you deserve love, closeness, and a partner who truly notices you, not just on the outside, but for all the beautiful layers you bring into a relationship. Today's topic might feel a bit bold, a little personal, but also deeply emotional and honest. We're exploring something that many people rarely talk about. Not because it's too private, but simply because not many fully understand it. It's about what men quietly long for during foreplay. Now, I understand, when you hear the term foreplay, your mind may instantly jump to physical touches. But here's where many people miss the bigger picture. Foreplay is not only about physical actions, it's also about emotional signals. It's about energy, attention, and those quiet moments that build excitement, emotional closeness, and trust before anything physical even starts. Despite what the world often says, men are emotional creatures too. They might not always put their feelings into words, but in those private, gentle moments, there are particular things they truly wish for. These are things that help them feel desired, respected, emotionally secure, and deeply bonded. So whether you've been with someone for years and are looking to reignite the fire, or you're stepping into intimacy with someone new, understanding what's happening emotionally for him can completely transform the way you connect. And the best part is, this isn't about being perfect or doing something just right. It's about showing up fully and being present. It's about stepping into the moment with confidence, playfulness, and emotional awareness. Because when a man feels truly noticed and wanted, not just physically, but emotionally, he doesn't just enjoy the experience, he remembers it. And more importantly, he remembers you. So let's dig in. These are 5 things men quietly crave during foreplay. And chances are no one has ever broken it down quite like this before. One reason men often form strong emotional ties with a partner is because of a powerful shift that happens when he feels like he's not just chasing love, but being wanted too. Even though many men are used to initiating romantic or physical steps, what they really long for, whether they say it or not, is to feel truly wanted back. Now, this doesn't mean you need to always take the lead. It's not about changing roles entirely. It's about offering the kind of energy that says, I'm not just letting this happen. I want this. I want you. That change, even when it's soft and subtle, makes a big difference. Imagine being close with someone you care about. You lean in, you reach out, and deep down you're wondering if they feel the same spark. Are they really into this moment, or are they just going along? Men feel this all the time, and even if they don't always express it, they're constantly watching for signs that say, yes, I want this too. If they sense they're the only one leaning in emotionally or physically, something starts to feel off. The confidence drops. The moment feels a little hollow, and they start to question, does she actually want me, or is she just allowing this to happen? That's why even the smallest signals of mutual desire light them up inside. It doesn't take anything dramatic. It's in the way you glance at him, the ease of your body language, the warmth in your smile, the softness in your touch, before he even makes a move. When your energy says, I'm choosing this moment with you, it sends a clear message that he's not alone in it. That makes him feel more confident, more present, and even more in tune with your emotions. And when a man feels that kind of emotional match, like you're emotionally leaning into, it builds real trust. He feels safe to let go, to show up even more. And that's when real emotional intimacy starts to grow. Desire is, at its heart, about feeling chosen. When a man feels like you're actively choosing him, not a fantasy or a version of him, but him, Something deeper is awakened. He doesn't just feel physically drawn to you, he feels connected, emotionally grounded. And that's the kind of experience he won't forget. So no, you don't need to try too hard or put on a show. You don't need to impress him. Just be there, fully, openly, and let him feel that you're enjoying this just as much as he is. That's when he doesn't just feel turned on, he feels truly seen. When people talk about what men want during intimate moments, they rarely bring up emotional safety. But the truth is, no matter how confident or quiet he may appear on the outside, every man wants a safe space where he can drop his guard. Surprisingly, foreplay is one of those rare moments where he feels both excited and vulnerable. In those first slow moments of closeness, he may not show it, but there's a part of him silently wondering, is this going well? Does she like what I'm doing? Is she okay? Does she really want me here? Even the smoothest, most self-assured men carry these quiet thoughts. That's why emotional safety is so powerful. It doesn't mean babying him, it means creating an unspoken understanding that he's accepted here, that he doesn't have to be flawless or perform a certain way. It shows up in your non-verbal communication, a relaxed breath, a gentle lean, being in the moment instead of analyzing or rushing ahead. All these tiny things tell him, this is good. I'm enjoying this with you. And here's another piece. Emotional safety also means permission. The silent permission for him to be real, to not have all the answers, to not worry if things are slightly awkward or new. When you let him know that you're just exploring this moment together without judgment, it's incredibly freeing for him. Most men won't ever say they need this, but when they feel it, they're drawn to it. It becomes one of the reasons they feel comfortable with you, why they open up emotionally in ways they never have with others. In our world, men are taught to provide, to fix, to win. But when they're with someone intimately, many of them just want to stop performing and be, to be touched without pressure, to be seen without expectation, to relax into softness without it being mistaken for weakness. When you offer that space, you aren't just making him feel good for a moment. You're unlocking a side of him that few ever get to see. A side that is deeply emotional, honest, and connected. So trust that your presence, your energy, your tone, they all matter more than you might think. When you show a man that he's wanted for who he is, not just for what he does, that creates a bond that lasts. Now let's talk about something else that often goes unnoticed. Words of affirmation. We often hear how much women love to be told they're beautiful or cherished. But men want this too. They may not ask for it, but deep down they crave it. And it's not always in big ways. It can be simple, natural things. When you say, that feels so good, or I love when you touch me like that, you're doing more than just flattering him. You're giving him emotional grounding. You're pulling him out of his head and into the shared experience. Those small but genuine words give him clarity. They show him that he's doing something right, that you're feeling good. And this brings him even closer. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say isn't about what he does, it's about what he makes you feel. Telling him, I feel really safe with you, or I love how connected I feel right now, touches something deep inside. It says, I see you, I feel you, you matter to me. And that sticks with him. Even the most confident men walk around with quiet questions in the back of their minds. Am I good enough? Does she enjoy this? Does she really see me? Your words can be the answer to those silent questions. Not by feeding his ego, but by offering something real, something heartfelt. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't just want to be desired, he wants to feel known. And when your words reflect that, he doesn't just feel turned on, he feels at home. Let's not forget about the little phrases, the flirty ones, the playful remarks, craving for, unexpected teasing, whispers like you're driving me wild in the best way, or a playful, "You really know what you're doing, don't you?" These little lines spark a different kind of energy. They're fun, light-hearted, and still incredibly intimate. They show him that you're into the moment, not just physically, but emotionally too. It's also important to remember that not all affirmations during foreplay need to be said with words. A breathy laugh, a soft moan, a gentle sigh of pleasure, all these sounds let him know this feels amazing, keep going. These are like green lights to a man. They let him relax, get even closer, and stay completely in tune with you in that moment. So don't underestimate how powerful your voice can be. When your words come from a sincere place, they don't just make him feel wanted, they make him feel seen. And when a man feels truly seen, that's something he never forgets. That's the kind of feeling he'll want to return to again and again. Now let's talk about something that often gets missed in relationships, especially when it comes to physical closeness. It's playfulness. That little spark of fun. The teasing smile, the wink, the joke, the surprise giggle when something silly happens. You might think it's all about heat and chemistry in those moments, but many men crave something else too. A sense of ease, of play, of lightness during foreplay. See, for many men, there's this inner pressure to perform, to make sure everything is perfect, like they're directing some romantic movie scene. And that pressure, even if it's just in their own head, can turn something that's supposed to be about connection into something that feels tense or overly planned. But when you bring in a playful vibe, everything shifts. Suddenly, it's not about being perfect anymore. It's about being present. For men, that's huge. Men truly appreciate a woman who can make them laugh, even when things are getting hot. Someone who can whisper something bold, give a sly smile that says, "Oh, I know exactly how I'm making you feel." That kind of playful attitude cuts through any nervous energy. It breaks the tension. It builds anticipation. Because now you're not just touching his body, you're teasing his mind too. Playfulness also invites curiosity. It's not about doing what's always worked before or sticking to a plan. It's about exploring together, trying something new, letting the experience unfold with a sense of fun instead of pressure. When a man senses that you're enjoying the moment, with no fixed plan, no expectations, just being open, it allows him to fully relax. And don't forget, laughter is deeply intimate. Think back to the last time you were close with someone and something funny happened. Maybe you bumped into each other, or the mood was just too romantic, and you both laughed. When you leaned into that moment, instead of pulling away, that was intimacy. Men remember those little bursts of shared joy, those moments where it wasn't perfect, but it was real. Playfulness creates room for confidence too. When a woman is relaxed enough to be silly, to tease, or even take charge in a fun way, it sends a powerful message. I feel safe here. I feel good with you. That feeling, it's magnetic. It makes him want to drop his guard, show up as his full self, and let go of whatever role he thinks he's supposed to play. So if you've ever noticed the vibe getting too serious too fast, or you felt like something was missing in the connection, ask yourself, have we laughed together lately? Because laughter isn't just a break from the mood, it is the mood. It's connection in disguise. And when you bring that kind of light-heartedness into your shared moments, you're not just turning him on, You're creating a shared experience. You're deepening the trust. You're giving him something he won't forget. Not some perfect move, but the freedom to be playful and real with someone who excites him. And here's the magic part. When a man links you with those good feelings, the fun, the ease, the joy, he won't just think of you in private. He'll think of you in the middle of a tough day. He'll remember you when he needs comfort, when he wants to feel alive. That's the kind of connection that lingers, and that's the kind of woman he'll never want to let go of. Confidence is one of the most magnetic things a woman can bring into any room, but in intimate moments, especially foreplay, it's not just attractive, it's transformative. I'm not talking about loud or over-the-top confidence. I mean the quiet kind. The calm presence that says, I know who I am. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm here to connect with you. That energy is incredibly attractive to a man. It immediately shifts the tone from something he has to manage or lead into something he can share and enjoy with you. Let's be real. Even men who seem self-assured can feel tons of pressure during intimate moments. Pressure to get it right, to know all the answers, to wow you from the start. But when a woman brings her own confidence into that space, everything changes. Suddenly he's not walking a tightrope. He's dancing with someone who knows the rhythm too. Someone who's not waiting for him to perform, but is meeting him in the moment. Confidence shows up in quiet ways, in the way you look at him, not needing his approval, but just sharing how good it feels. In the way you gently guide him with a touch or a whisper, instead of hoping he figures it out. In how you respond, without overthinking, just feeling the moment. Here's something powerful to remember. Confident women don't shrink themselves. They don't say sorry for their body, their wants, or their reactions. They don't try to hide behind perfection. Instead, they take up space. They enjoy the experience. They let themselves be seen. And that makes a man want to go deeper, not just physically, but emotionally too. When you show up with that kind of grounded presence in your intimate moments, it doesn't just turn him on, it lights you up from the inside too. And men feel that. They can tell if you're putting on a show or if you're truly enjoying yourself. When he sees you comfortable in your own skin, expressive, open, and tuned in, it tells him it's safe to do the same. Something else men quietly love is when a woman initiates just a little. It doesn't have to be a big move. It can be a soft touch, a slow lean in, a whisper that shows what you're wanting. That little gesture tells him he's not the only one craving connection, that he's chosen, wanted, not just for what he does, but for who he is. Confidence also shines through in how you handle feedback. A woman who can say, just like that, it feels so good, or let's try something different, without fear or awkwardness, she stands out. Because now, she's not just going along with it, she's co-creating. She's showing that intimacy is something you both share, not just him alone. At the end of the day, your confidence is more than attractive. It's grounding. It tells him he doesn't need to perform, that he's not being judged, that he can show up as himself with someone who's not looking for a show, but for something real. And when a man finds that, a confident, emotionally present, deeply connected woman, he doesn't just want her, he respects her. And that combination, desire plus deep respect, that's what keeps him drawn to you long after the moment is over. Here's the best part. You don't have to change who you are to give him this. You don't need to act or memorize lines. You just need to show up with your true self, your curiosity, and your honesty. Because the most unforgettable woman isn't the one who gets it all perfect. She's the one who's real, who's present. So here's your invitation. The next time you're sharing an intimate space, forget about trying to be flawless. Drop the pressure. Let yourself feel, react, laugh, speak, guide, be in the moment. Let him see not just what you can do, but who you are. That's what will stay with him. That's what will leave a mark. And if you're ready to build a deeper emotional connection, not just to attract a man, but to connect in a real and lasting way, go ahead and like this, subscribe for more valuable relationship insights, and leave a comment below. I'd love to know which of these parts stood out to you the most, or what do you think more women should understand about what men really crave? Let's keep the conversation growing. Because the more we talk about emotional closeness, the better and more passionate our relationships can be. You already have what it takes to be unforgettable. Not because you followed every rule, but because you brought your real energy, your real presence, and your real heart. And that's what he'll always be drawn to.